You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another DVD collection update. To start off with today, we have the complete series of Succession, which I've talked about a few times on the channel here. I haven't finished watching it at the time of this recording, but I very well probably have at the time of it being uploaded. So if I have, the review's already up, and if I haven't, coming soon. Yeah, obviously the review's been up for a bit since this has been recorded, so there you go. As is often the case with slipcases, it's identical to the actual case. There's the back of it. And I don't know why I keep choosing to film in here. The lighting is terrible. But anyway, here's the discs. As you can see, they're pretty simplistic. They just have the title and they're different colors for the seasons. It's one of those ones that's not attached, which, has its ups and downs. One of the discs had fallen out when it arrived. I ordered it on Amazon. I didn't see any scratches, so ideally there won't be any problems. Next up, we have the complete series of Board Games on Blu-ray, which I've actually already shown in my Cinemassacre DVD and Blu-ray collection. And as I mentioned in that, I might already have another copy of this kicking around somewhere. I'm not sure where it would be, but that is certainly possible. But nevertheless, here's the copy that I know where it is because I got it pretty recently. Next up, we have Riki-Oh, the complete animated series. This is the Riki-Oh OVAs. I've never actually seen this anime. There's also a live-action movie. And there's the disc itself. Next up, we have the Shin-Chan 30 movie collection. I've actually had this for a while. I had this at the time I did the last update, but forgot to put it in. There's the spine. There's the back. There's the inner cases. The backs of the inner cases. Here's some of the discs. And the other discs. I think there's actually a disc still in the Xbox, but there you go. Now, this time I'm not going to cut it up like I normally do, where I try to put the DVDs, Blu-rays, and games all separate from each other. I'm just going to put the segments as they were recorded this time and see how it works out. So with that said, here's PlayStation Underground. I used to have these as a kid. I have a couple of these still, but got another one here. If you don't know, this was effectively a magazine that was put on a disc, and it had demos on it. You mainly got it for the demos. But we used to get these when I was a kid. Dozermac used to get these as well. And then another demo disc we have is a Toys R Us demo disc. I have no idea what's on this, but I'm pretty sure that's a Toys R Us kiosk disc that they used to have in the PlayStation display kiosks they had at Toys R Us. I will probably be doing a stream of that disc at some point in the future. Next up, we have GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka. Been watching this on Red Eye Theater with Corbin. This is the complete series set. There's Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, Disc 4, and Disc 5. Next up, we have a Bible, a military Bible that was apparently in Desert Storm, so that's interesting. It's also a version of the Bible I was unfamiliar with called the Good News Bible. Yeah, but somebody owned this and has highlighted several passages, so it's sort of weird. I'm kind of curious to see what they highlighted. It's just kind of a fun thing to think about, like if this person was on deployment, and think about, what relevance the stuff they highlighted would have to them. I've already kind of skimmed some of the stuff they have highlighted. Maybe I'll do a video on it at some point, we'll see. Next up, we have Man and His Origin and Destiny by Joseph Fielding Smith, which is not the Joseph Smith, but it's actually one of his descendants. He was also a Mormon prophet, so, he did follow in Joseph Smith's footsteps, but I am curious how this book is. I liked the cover. And I've been getting more back into philosophy and religion as of late, so I was just kind of curious what this book has to say. Next up, we have UFO Robo Grendizer, The Feast of Wolves. This is a Series X exclusive, at least this version is. And the Amazon listing straight up lied and said it was Xbox One and Series X. They fucked up majorly. That said, I do have a Series X, so it's not like I'm incapable of playing it. I just gotta bring it out of the TV room, put it in here, and set it up whenever I want to stream this now, so that's really fucking irritating. But I still look forward to playing it, because for those of you who don't know, that actually makes this the second Go Nagai video game that has had a US release. Next up, we have Dragon Ball Z Kai. Now, I haven't seen Kai before, I've seen clips of it, but if you don't know what Kai is, you probably know what Kai is. But if somehow you don't, Kai is, sort of director's cut, shorter version of Z that cuts out all the filler, or at least most of the filler. Now, I've always been more of a fan of Z than Kai, but I figured it'd be worth watching Kai, just to say that I've seen it at least once. Plus, if I have friends that I want to get into the series, this might be a more digestible way to do it. As you can see, the coloration of the slipcase is a little different, but otherwise they're identical. There's Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, and Disc 4. Here we have Season 2 of Kai. Now, just so you guys know, I got all of these used for $30, and they were all sealed. So, altogether, it was like $30 for all of these on eBay. It was a really good deal. Not really a whole lot of variation with the disc art, because, it's just these. Here's Season 3 of Kai, just to show you that they are in fact sealed. There you go, and I'm going to open it now like I have with the others. But I also obviously want to make it a point that I did buy them used, because as you guys know, I do not support Funimation. Again, much of the same with the disc art. Alright, now we'll just go through these rapid fire. We have Season 4 of Kai. I'm not going to bother with the disc art, because, you know, it's the same as all the others. Now we have the next volume of Kai. These sets were only released in volumes, because this came out much later. The Buu Saga they did way later than they did the rest of it. With how different the cases are, we'll definitely take a look at the discs on this one. As with the other sets, these ones just have slight different coloration on the inner case. But other than that, no difference. Now these discs look a little bit different, and there's actually some art behind the discs on this one. There's also a lot more discs in this, I feel, because I think it was 4 discs per set on the other ones, but I could be wrong. Oh no, I'm just stupid. There's 4 discs in this too, it just looks like more. Here's part 2 of the final chapters, so the second part of the Buu Saga. And again, these were all included in the same purchase. And these discs are even more similar, however there is art behind them. On another note, this fucking shrink wrap is getting to be kind of a bitch to open on some of these. Okay, next up we have part 3 of the Buu Saga of Kai. There's the back of that, and there's the discs. And then this one wasn't open. I thought I showed it before, but I guess not. I've had it for well over a month. In fact, I think I've had it for over 2 months, but we have My Cousin Vinny. There's the back of the case, and the disc itself. And next up, we have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I showed this before in another video where I showed how filthy the disc was. I have obviously cleaned it before I installed it. And there's the disc itself. And there we go. There's another DVD collection update. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Sorry for the delay as always, but, you know, that's how it goes. Have a good one. Toodles!
Bye!